Heavy, 4 to the right, 4 left on Mike. Okay, 1021 contact your partner. Oh, the partner. Right on Papa, Kilo, Whiskey, main cross, range 4 left.
Right on Papa, Whiskey, cross 4 left.
Heavy, traffic out your line of left on right 4 left. Insurance 993 New York, Pathway Service, on 4 left, 5 ways. 4 left, 5 ways. At 131 heavy, and tower, on 4 left, line up and white. At 131 heavy, about 131.
What a tablet's slow today.
FedEx 3954 heavy, contact with Park 2.
And you. Give me you.
United 1064, South 2 Papa Whiskey, hold short, runway 4 left. Papa Whiskey.
And I do believe we're up. Hey everybody, welcome aboard. Today I'm over in Viet Nam. We're going to run a little short hop before I go have lunch. And one of my users asked me to run a flight in New Zealand, so I may do that later. We'll see. I have to take a look at that flight in Auckland. But right now we're going to head on over to Da Nang. This is Viet Nam Airlines flight number 1946. So we're all buttoned up, ready to go. So let's get on out of here. And let me just change that. Let's get that clock going. And we've got 20 right on the way out. Let me keep that up until we're done. I usually just have this pusher straight back and then I do the steering myself. My problem is I have no idea about judging the distance I need. That's the big problem. Looks like a relatively small airport.
Break set. Alright, steering pin is disconnected. Watch for the slip release from outside the left hand of the plate.
Okay. And all right, TA, auto. Takeoff speeds have been verified. What do we have here? Exterior lights as needed, APU as needed, soft master caution recall, that's done, flaps are set for takeoff, transponders TA auto, weather radar to auto, flight controls are free and clear. Let's get on out of here. And let's switch you over now.
955 Sierra Victor, sorry, clear 95 Sierra Victor, New Tower, we're tracking around 4 line, grade 1 4 left. Sorry, 4 left.
I tell you, using Alex's edit has just been absolutely fantastic on this tiller. It's been behaving beautifully. I also changed my view again. I believe the last flight I did, I was looking at the approach and the landing, and it looked like I was flying. I came in and I looked at MS 2020, and it changed my zoom settings again back to 50%. So I put those back. So hopefully today it won't look like we're in a rocket ship. And I have to check this weather again. I got a feeling this weather is not set to real. I was doing some testing last night, and I had the weather turned off. I don't think I turned it back on. Oh yeah, look at this tiller, it's beautiful. Let's replace this chart. I believe that's the one we're using. I want to check this weather real quick. Yeah, I didn't think so. Live, baby. Give me live. Live don't look any different. Oh, it does now. Okay, now. TA. What do we have? Attendance notified. Exterior lights. Engine start selected. Continuous. Auto throttle. Arm. Transponder. TARA. Park and brake release. 40%. And we're out of here. Be nice if I get rid of that little bit of shuffle that goes on there just as I begin to move the aircraft. I don't know if that's associated with PMDG or not, but it would be nice to be able to get rid of it. At 40% on the throttles. We're stable. And we're out of here. Thrust is set. Airspeed is active. Check. Throttle hold. I think I might have to do a little more rudder work. I think it messed with my rudder a little bit here. It's a little squirrely. I have to take a look at that in the next run. Gear up. Alright, let's see how PMDG handles this U-turn here. Don't want to go above 20 though. See if she can handle this U-turn. And I think I have to look at my rudder pedals after I get done here. I think the update did something aside from changing my view. They're a little too squirrely now. I have to go back and take a look. Flaps 1. And flaps up. And we need to be above 2 here, and we're at 28 already, 29. So that restriction is met. Next coming up is 402 at 9. So we got 282 miles to go, 44 miles to top of climb. Another short run. Then I can go have lunch. And then we're going to go out to New Zealand. One of my regular YouTube subscribers asked if I would run a flight out of Auckland. So I think maybe after I have lunch, we'll come back and we'll do a flight out of Auckland. Coming around at 20. Beautiful. Right on the money. And we're on our way up to 25,000. These little short hops are pretty cool. This time I have this tablet here, or iPad, fully charged, so you shouldn't lose it on the way in. And we're going to 37. And 20 first. You had that in already. That makes 10. We need to be above 9. We're above 10 already. So that constraint is met. And we need to be above 12 by 406. And well, we're at 11.4 right now. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. 270 miles to go. And we left the gate 12 minutes ago. Another short run. Too many clouds. Don't have the airport down there. Going at 337. Beautiful. Still can't make out that airport in between the clouds though. So 406, we should have 13.5 on the fuel. We're at 13.8 right now. Yeah, it's pretty smooth, so we'll let them run around. Beautifully done. That's 18. Altimeters and monitor. Thanks, Bombeck. I appreciate it. I'm just running a flight in Viet Nam. Nothing going on. Just hanging out in my garage. Running a flight in Viet Nam. We're heading on over to Da Nang. And 356. And we've got 240 miles to Da Nang. Yeah, you got that right. No one in my neighborhood actually flies. couple of Cessna pilots, but they're just not interested in the big iron. So I do have a friend, Pat 738, that's getting ready to move to was it Arizona? Trying to talk my wife into moving out that way. And we'll both have a first officer whenever we need one. But I don't think she's going to go for it. She likes it here in Boca. So at Karen, that puts us at the end of the SID. And we've got another 230 odd miles to go. Karen, we should have 12.8 on the fuel. We're at 12.9. And we've got about 30 minutes to Da Nang. Yeah, New York originally. Yep, Brooklyn. Yep. Yeah, as soon as I open my mouth, people can tell. So the fuel is right on the money. That should be just about in range. And 5.6. And let's switch on over. And that puts us at the end of the SID. Zoom on in here. There we go. I'm not doing that bad, Sherman. Having a pretty good day. I might even be able to get 2 flights in today. Got a little short one now, and I'm going to go have lunch, a little late lunch, and then I'm going to come back and see if I can get another one in. Right now we're in Viet Nam. I'm going to head on over to New Zealand after this run. I've been bouncing all over the place. The sights have been great in 2020. It's just amazing. Places I'll never get to see in the real world, but satellite imagery and the photogrammetry you'll just have to do. And it actually does a rather nice job. So what do we got? 110 miles to descent, 215 to go. And we're looking good. Let's see, when do we get on that approach or arrival? Let's go have a look at the other airport, shall we? Da Nang. What do we have here? I do believe it was you. Where do we get picked up here? Okay, we're going to get picked up there. So we have a ways to go. All right. We've got maybe 100 and some odd miles before we hit that arrival. No, the only thing I flew in the real world was Cessnas. 152, 172 to 182 RG up in New York. Out at Teterboro in New Jersey. And I spend a lot of my time out in Long Island, out at Islip, with American Flyers, which was Part 141 school. Teterboro was nice, but it was a Part 61 little mom and pop school. I did my intro flight out of there. It was rather nice. But that was it. After I chunked down a whole bunch of money for my flying lessons in the beginning, the old gentleman that was my original flight instructor said it would be a good idea if you go get checked out for your first class medical, make sure you can pass before dumping all this cash down. And then that's when I found out that I had a couple of hard murmurs and a right sidal bundle branch block and whatnot. And the best I would ever make would be the regionals. So I went the civil service route in New York, got sick from 9/11, retired, moved to Boca, and now I have the best next thing to be in there, because I can roll out of bed, get into my garage, and go for a ride anywhere. So it's pretty cool. That should be in range now. Yeah, I'm getting a little warm in here. So at Cam-Rah we should have 12.2 in the fuel. We're at 12.3. And we're looking good. Some decent cloud coverage out there. Be nice if it opens up a little bit, give us a view on the way down. Well, you know what? I'll do that next flight. I'm just going to have to watch with my rudder pedals. They're going to be very squirrely on the way in. I'm going to have a really super light touch on the way down. Because I don't want to stop this flight and then go make some changes. Do it after the flight. Yeah, that would be the first thing I would do. Is make sure you can pass the first class medical and there are no issues. Because I passed that first class medical back then. All right, the doctor passed me. He says, listen, he says, you'll pass. He says, you're still young. He says, you'll still pass. He says, but, he says, think about it. He says, put yourself in the shoes of someone at one of the major airlines. United, TWA, back then it was, airlines that aren't around now. But he says, you're the guy that has to hire. You got like 3 spots open. And you got 20 applicants looking for a job. And you start looking at their medical histories. And you're the only one that's got like a hard murmur and some bundle branch block going on. He says, chances are you're going to keep getting passed over. So he says, the best you'll probably do is the regionals. So I didn't want to do that. Now I don't have to worry about any medicals. I come right in the garage. Oh, you're retired too? Yeah. Yeah, they wouldn't even look at me now. Too old and on oxygen. Wouldn't even look at me. We got a PCA. Fuel's looking good. That's enough air for now. 65 miles at top of descent. 170 to go. Now, I don't know if it's more stringent. I think the military is probably just as bad. You know, and it's the individual that does the hiring. The military's, you know, more than likely a little bit more stringent because you don't have a say. You know, if you get into one of their programs, and if you fail along the way, you're out. You know, if you do this on your own outside and fail, you know, your flight test or one, you take it again, and take it again, and take it again until you pass. You know, so there's a difference between the military, but the military is great because they're paying for all your stuff. You know, you're not paying for any training. Another route to go would be get your private license, commercial, multi-engine, then get your instrument and your instructor. Become an instructor. You're flying, and the students are paying for your pick time. So that's another way to go. That should be in range. Yeah, once you become an instructor, you know, they're paying for your time. You're not paying anymore. You know, get yourself hooked up with a nice school. And when the students come in, you know, they're paying for the aircraft wet in your time. So you may not get paid a lot of money, but you're getting time in the deck. So I mean, unless, of course, you have the cash. If you have, like, you know, the bucks, then you just go to, you know, Flight International or Flight Safety. You know, one of these schools that can get you hooked up right from the get-go. That's another route. So that's a half hour from the gate. And we've got 151 miles to go, 46 miles at top of descent. And how about we start taking a look on the back end, shall we? I already reviewed this, but today we want you actually. What do we have here? Okay. And we're going at 349. Fuel's good. Another 38 miles at top of descent. And let's see, temp key. We need to be between 6 and 8. And we'll just put it at 7. I could put in the 2 boundaries, but, and we're looking at 5, above 5. That all looks pretty good. Let's take a look at you. 35. Right. Boy, I gotta remember to bring my old man glasses in here. Let's have a look at this. Let's get the tower in here. Actually, let's get approach in here, see if approach is on. There you go, they're on. And 118, 35 for the tower. Yeah, GI build, that's another idea. So they got missed, 353. Right, we're gonna hold at 4, and we've got the hold in here at 4 is very good. Decision height is 250. And that's in at 7,000. And wait a minute. Tamila. Tamila. And we need to be at 26. Yes. And 353 at 1480. And we're looking at, you're in. That's looking good, that's looking good, that's set. And that on mist is going to get changed. Okay, it looks good. What do we have here? Let's get them in their seats. That should be in range. And we're all good down to bottom. And another 70 miles, we should be on that chart. Here we go. Under a half hour since we entered the runway, and we're on our way down. Those are the flights I like. Quick. Alright, so let's get ready for 18. So that is set. You're going to be set. They're in. That's in. Let me just grab this real quick. Oh, actually, that should be. And that is set. Yes. And that is going to be, actually, let's put that in. 353, and then on the way out, we missed. It's going to be 167, hold at 4. Well, I could fly a Cessna in here if I wanted to, but none of this would actually work because they don't have the same hardware set up. But I could jump into a Cessna and look at the 3D panel and fly it and use my throttle quad, rudder pedal, and yoke and all that stuff. I could do that. I don't usually, though. Usually when I come in here, I'm running this particular aircraft. But when I'm testing, I'll come in here and I'll test. I'll even run a helicopter from here. But that's pretty rare. And it's usually when I'm testing or looking at scenery and stuff like that. Or if I'm making any edits. Like in X-Plane 12, I worked on my own night lighting edits that are out there. And when I was working on that, I was actually using this as a helicopter setup to fly around nice and slow so I can see my changes. It's doable. But if you're into flying a whole bunch of different aircraft, then it really doesn't make sense to build something like this. I think my next setup is going to be something nice, but something small. It's going to be a helicopter setup with VR headset, because that I can just fit in a little small desk area. Don't need a whole garage in order to set it up. And I think that would be pretty nice. Once the aircraft's up and running and your hands are on all the controls, with the headset on, it should be beautiful, I would think. So at Kuhlman, we should have 11.1 on the fuel. We're at 11.2 right now. Beautiful. And we're under 100 miles to go. Yeah, a lot of individuals that I know of fly the Airbus. Matter of fact, a friend of mine, Pete, that flies for a company in the real world, flies the Airbus A320. And he comes over and he enjoys his time in the Boeing as well. He can't get enough. He flies in the real world, then he comes here to fly in, well, actually, he was flying in X-Plane 12 the last time he was here. He hasn't seen this setup with 2020 yet, so the next time he comes over, I think Pete's going to be in for a treat. No, I don't believe I have seen it. And we're coming up on 18 here, so yeah, bleed panel set for auto, pressurization panel, land altitude is in, passenger signs are on, auto brake selector is set, flight instruments and radios are set, altimeter is set for local QNH, recall, clean board, and let's put in our, there we go, right, bada boom, VREF minimums are in, we're up. Next up is 10,000. Oh yeah, most individuals that come over here, you know, when I first had this installed, this was made by a company in Canada, Flight Deck Solutions, and their IT came down here, Steve, and I and another friend put it together in a week. And just before he left, he told me, he says, don't worry, he says, it'll pass the holy crap test. And I had no idea what he was talking about until my second friend actually walked in here, looked at the flight deck and said, holy crap. And then it finally dawned on me what he was talking about. He's like, now this is a man cave, this is a man garage. That's why my neighbors don't see me most of the time. They see me once in a blue moon. They ask me all the time, man, how come you don't come out? You don't go anywhere. Says, I'm in my garage. You need me? Just bang on the door. Either the garage door or the side door. You'll find me. I try to get a flight in every day. Sometimes I don't put them online, but I've been feeling pretty good lately. My pulmonologist has found some pretty good medication with this Sonoro stuff. And I've been able to get a flight in every day, sometimes two. So we're inbound Damski now, and we should be popping up on that chart real soon. That's the right one. Alright, so we should be popping up on this chart real soon. And we're good down to 4 now. We'll definitely make that restriction. We're at 14. We need to be above 7 at Tamke. And then we're good to, oh, I'm sorry, that's 4,400. It's been another great ride from PMDG in 2020. Let's see if they're in. There you go. They're in. And let's do this real quick. 121.6. Civil apron is to the right. Okay. Yeah, I'm retired. Yeah, I've been retired since 2010. I ended up getting sick on the job. I was a 9/11 first responder up in New York back in 2001 when the aircraft hit the World Trade Center. So I ended up with a few cancers and some breathing issues and whatnot. So I got retired early. But it allowed me to move down here and get my flight deck set up. So my wife comes in every now and then, but this pretty much isn't her cup of tea. I think if I had a NASCAR racing setup, I think she'd be more into that. So far, she hasn't asked for drag. That's pretty good. Yeah, I hear you. Yep. That I hear you. It's a pretty nice flight. I don't know how bad my battery's going to be on this, but once I get done with this ride, I think I'll do is I'll get my iPad plugged in, charge up that battery. I'm going to go have something to eat. I'll come back, and we'll set up in New Zealand. And let's see, I think I wrote a lot of this stuff down for that next one, too. There you go. She's asking for drag now. Actually, she don't even need drag. We're below 250, and we're on our way down to 240. We're good here. You're set, and you're set. Yeah, Auckland to Wellington. It's an Air New Zealand flight 409. So I think I'm going to run that next. And 340, we're looking good. And 4,400. Yeah, my wife would do the same thing to me. Although if I did do that, I'd have to have two setups side by side. So this way, one for her, one for me, in one of the bedrooms, and get rid of one of the bedroom sets. And set up the big projector on the wall for the two of us. And we'll hit that now. So we're at 8,500. We need to be above 7 at Tamke, which we will be. It's another beautiful view. Tell you, the satellite imagery really does look great. It has definitely taken flight sim up a notch. Let's see, I would think. Did I grab the wrong chart here? I don't think I did. Right, we get picked up at, yeah, no, that's right. It's not you. That is correct. You're just not there yet. You're just not there yet. Yeah, we're coming into Essen now. Now you could use a bit of drag. And we're looking at 278. From Tamke to Essence. Yeah, you're not kidding, man. My wife takes care of all my medical appointments, all my medications. She's got everything laid out. Oh, yeah, forget it. Without her, I'd be in serious trouble, man. No doubt about it. Oh, we're good now. And we need to be above 5 at Monterey. I said we're holding at 4, correct? Yep. Been another great ride. Yeah, my wife definitely is, I don't know, she could be put in for sainthood almost. For what she puts up with me. "34 miles to go." We see the airport from here. Can't make it out. Can't make it out from here. I think we're still too far out. Oh, the clouds? Yeah. The clouds in 2020 are actually rather nice. The edges get a little funky every now and then, but yeah, it's actually pretty amazing, the job that they've done. And to think that I'm running 7 monitors off of one computer is amazing. And these 3 are at 4K. And these are all at 1080. So the only thing the second computer is running are these 2 CDUs. Everything else is one computer. I'm amazed that it's able to push all this out. Hey, John, how are you? Glad you made it. You caught us. I'm just getting ready to come on in. I'm out in Viet Nam, getting ready to land in Da Nang, and I'm going to go have some lunch and come back and do a flight into New Zealand. We're going to go into Wellington from Auckland. But that's after I have something to eat. I got to grab something to eat. I can feel I'm getting a little shaky. I get low blood sugar, too, every now and then. Add that to the list, right? So we need to be above 5 right now. We're coming up on that right now. Beautifully done. All right, let's see. Can we grab that now? We have one that's further out. There we go. It's the one I want. And 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. 353. And 4400 at Cam-Rah. We're at 45 and change. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. 6:30 in the morning, John? Yeah. Ooh, that's early. For me, what time is it now? Right now, it's 5:45 p.m. And I'm just getting ready to have a late lunch. And we're looking at, yeah, I could put that in right now. We're looking at 167 on the way back if we miss. And we're holding at 4. Oh, Mississippi. Yeah, it's not that far from me. I could probably do that in the drive. Oh, the mountains look cool right here. Oh, I've got the airport and the runway now. Straight ahead. What do we have? Lights. Engine start select is auto brake. Speed brake is on. How about we start slowing down here? Get ready to land, Johnny. And I'll take control. Give me flaps up speed right now. Work, yeah, you know, I don't miss those days, man. It's nice being retired. You know, every day Saturday. It's great. Come on, slow down. There's another beautiful view. Here we are. Hey, we're on that chart now. All right, we can dump you, and we're going to go right to 5. Let's make sure that's in, and it hasn't changed. Good. Oh, man, this is a great view. Beautiful. Give me 10. Now, this we're going to see just how squirrely these rudder pedals are. This latest update fooled around with them. I noticed it on the way out. So I'm going to have to be real gingerly on the way in until I can put those back to what I had set up. All right, give me the gear. And you can go back to, we're holding at 4. Give me 30. My bird, I've got control. Yeah, definitely fooled around with my control surfaces here. They're not as nice as they were. I'm going to have to go and take a look at them after this ride. One good thing is I have the numbers written down. Gotta go check my book. We've got lights, engine start selectors, auto brake, speed brake, flaps, gear, and they have been notified. Beautifully done. And I'll take you now. great view. You don't get it in 4K like I do, but man, that looks good.
Light slow.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Light slow.
Enjoying the sights, Johnny.
Light slow.
Beautiful view, man. Wow. Beautiful. Oh, feel that little pull down there. Oh, don't peek in the window.
Light slow. Light slow.
Landing.
Light slow.
Beautiful ride.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Easy with these rudders. She really squirrely this go around. Yeah, definitely got to fix those. And we'll come down to the next one. Another beautiful ride. Warm in here again. And that's 1 hour from the gate, 54 minutes since we left that runway. Stop my clock. You're up and running. Confirm. Beautiful ride. What do we have here? Exterior lights as needed. We are good. Actually, we don't need you. Your damper, window heat, probe heat, engine wing anti-ice. Don't need taxi. Speed brake, flap, transponder, weather radar. We're good. And let's get you. And you can come on down. That was a great ride. I hope you enjoyed that one. I enjoyed it. I do have to work on my axes again. Get them dialed back in. Anti-collision and let them run around. Menu. Ground services. Set the chocks. Give me ground power. Chocks are in position. Ground power. Ground power. And let's go on ground air. You're off. Off. And you're on standby. And let's see, electrical power, APO ground, we're on ground. Bleed air, we're on unconditioned air. Fuel levers to cut off. Anti-collision light is off. Passenger signs are off. Fuel pump switches are off. Electrical panel check set. Galley power is off. Window heat switches are off. Hydraulic pump switches are off. Hydraulics, electric 2-in-1 are now off. Exterior lights, we've got position lights. Flight directors are off. Chocks in position. Parking brake is set. That's a wrap. Well, for those of you that joined me for this ride, I hope you enjoyed it, man. I appreciate you showing up and sharing the experience with me. Who was that? Brotech and a few other individuals that were out there. I just lost my text. Where'd my text go? I just lost my channel. Well, listen, I appreciate everybody joining me today. I'm going to go grab something to eat, come back, do another run in a little while. But we're going to jump on over to New Zealand. And everybody that was here, man, I appreciate it. Thanks for showing up. And I'll catch you on my next run, everybody. Take care.
We're slowing to approach now on the 2528. Clear to land 27 right.
Right, 5528, plus or minus 10 knots on the final as well, head into that.
Roger that.
Valley 40 Julius, visual 35, how's the speed look? 840 Julius, if you could just keep the speed up as long as practical. Traffic sign is stay behind you on the cluster runway. You're number 1 through the intersection. You're with 3005, runway 35, just go on. 35, clear to land, 1 2 40 Julius. American 1799, right turn, right kilo, hold short of Quebec. Kilo, hold short of Quebec, American 1799. American 2528, you can ask turn left or right for space, thank you.
2528, top.